quiet down, please? Okay. Good morning and welcome to today's New York City Council vote for the Committee on Public Safety. At this time, we ask that you silence all electronic devices, and at no time are you to approach the dais. Chair Salam, we're ready to begin.
Good morning. I'm Councilmember Yusuf Salam, Chair to the Committee on Public Safety. Today, the committee will be voting on proposed resolutions 414A, sponsored by Councilmember Sandy Nurse, proposed resolution 415A, sponsored by Public Advocate Jumaane Williams, proposed resolution 417A, sponsored by Councilmember Kevin Riley. Proposed resolution 414A calls on the New York State Legislature to pass and the governor to sign S3746, requiring at least one member of the State Board of Parole to be a formerly incarcerated person. The State Board of Parole plays a crucial role in determining whether eligible incarcerated individuals are released from prison due to their successful rehabilitation while incarcerated and readiness to rejoin society. However, the board has faced criticism for denying a significant percentage of parole applications, raising concerns about fairness and about the lack of diverse perspectives in decision making. This resolution calls for the passage of S3746, which would amend the state law to require that at least one member of the Board of Parole be a formerly incarcerated person. A proposal that aims to promote fairness, empathy, and a more just parole process. Proposed resolution 415A calls on the New York State Legislature to pass and the governor to sign S2240A5414, which would remove the lifetime ban on jury duty for convicted felons. Under the current New York State law, individuals convicted of a felony are permanently disqualified from serving on a jury, regardless of the nature of their offense or the time that has passed since their conviction. This policy disproportionately impacts Black people in particular and brown people in general who have had felony convictions at significantly higher rates than white individuals, and can result in juries that do not accurately reflect the community from which they serve. By eliminating this lifetime ban on jury service for individuals convicted of felonies, the legislation seeks to expand civic participation for formerly incarcerated individuals and ensure more diverse and representative jury pools in New York courts. And finally, proposed resolution 417A, sponsored by Councilmember Riley, calls on the New York State Legislature to pass and the governor to sign A4246 in relation to the return of fines, restitution, and reparation payments where there was an unjust conviction in a timely manner. Individuals convicted of crimes are often required to pay substantial fines, restitution, and other monetary fees as a condition of their convictions. Currently, New York State law lacks provisions to facilitate the prompt reimbursement of these financial penalties for individuals who are wrongfully convicted. This delay in repayment of penalties can exacerbate the financial hardship experienced by individuals after their release due to a wrongful conviction. This resolution seeks to support a state bill that will require the exonerated individuals receive a refund of all court fees and fines within 90 days of the overturning of their conviction. I urge my colleagues to support these resolutions which aim to promote fairness, accountability. I urge my colleagues to support these resolutions which aim to promote fairness and accountability in our state's criminal justice system. And now, I ask the clerk to conduct the vote.
Good morning, William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote, Committee on Public Safety. All items are coupled. Chair Salam.
I vote aye.
Ayala.
Aye.
Holden. Rivera.
I vote aye.
Caban.
Aye.
Thank you. De La Rosa,
Aye.
Joseph, Marte,
Aye.
Osei,
I vote aye.
Stevens.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Ariola,
I'm a no on Resos 414A and 415A, and aye on the rest.
Thank you. Thank you. One moment. Holden,
I vote no on Resos 414A, 415A, aye on the rest.
following results. Resolution 417A has been adopted by the committee with 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions. And proposed resolutions 414A and 415A have been adopted by the committee with 9 in the affirmative, 2 in the negative, and no abstentions. Mr. Chair, that is a full committee.
Thank you. Hearing is now closed.